Okay, I think we are set. We are ready to get started. So let's start on our backs with our knees up. Take your time getting settled onto your back. Paying attention to the connections that you feel between your body and the floor. Of course, you're going to feel your feet. You feel the back of your pelvis, back of your ribs, your shoulder blades, the back of your head. And wherever your arms are touching the floor, acknowledge that connection as well. And just take a few breaths here. And let's make a physical connection to our breath by bringing our hands onto our torsos right underneath our rib cage. So you can feel the bottoms of your ribs. And just let your hands rest there. Feel the expansion and contraction of your belly and your chest as you breathe in and out. You may notice that you breathe more into your belly or more into your chest. Either way is fine, as long as you're aware of it. Sometimes we like to change that. So if you're breathing more into your belly, see what happens if you breathe more into your chest, meaning inhale into your chest, and then let that breath move into your belly, and then exhale. In yoga, we teach ourselves to do what's called a belly breath. So we do appreciate that. That helps us to get the breath in a little deeper. But then we forget about our chest. So let's see how that feels. Breathing into your chest first. And then let that breath move down to your belly. And exhale all at once. Let's do that a couple more times. And then just breathe naturally. And then 3 times we'll breathe down into our bellies first and let that breath move up into our chest. So inhale all the way down to your belly. And then fill your chest up with the last seconds of your inhale. And then exhale. Do that 2 more times. Belly first, then your chest. Exhale all at once. 1 more time. And then just let your body move back to its normal breath, normal pattern. We're going to bring our arms out to the sides with our palms facing up and let our legs start to move side to side. So we're moving into our warm up now, warming up our hips and our low backs with some windshield wipers, nice and slow. The next time your legs come to the right side, pause there. They don't need to touch the floor. Just take a few breaths. And then on your next inhale, put your legs up and exhale to the left and pause there. Take a few breaths. Again, on an inhale, let's come back up to neutral. Lift and lower your low back so that you can place yourself back down onto the floor. There's no pinching, there's no discomfort in your spine. And now we're going to bring the right knee up towards your chest. Just hold on loosely. If you like using a strap, you can use a strap here behind your right thigh or maybe around the front of your knee. And we're going to straighten the right leg up into the air, hold it on behind your thigh, and flex your foot. And now let's start to make some circles with the right foot. Nice and slow. Warming up your ankle. We don't think about our ankles too much unless they start to hurt, unless we hurt ourselves. So right now we're giving our ankle some attention. Go ahead and reverse your circles. And just remember that yoga is about mindfulness, awareness. We work through the body to find some awareness of what's happening in this ankle right now in this moment. And then let's come back to neutral and flex the right foot. Now feel your calf. Feel the stretch come all the way down your leg. Notice how far that stretch goes. Maybe you feel it in your hamstring. Maybe you only feel it in your calf. Doesn't matter. What matters is the awareness. And now let's release the right foot down and bring your left knee up towards your chest. Just take a minute here. So we give ourselves permission to go slow. Now, when you're ready, stretch your left leg up and flex your foot. Now you stay here. I'm going to adjust something on my computer, but you can stay right here with this stretch. All right. Now, when you're ready, start to make some circles with your left foot. Giving this ankle a little bit of attention. And reverse your circles. And then come back to neutral and flex your foot. Feel that stretch going down the back of your left leg. And then release your left foot down to the floor Reposition your back if you need to. Bring your arms out to the sides in a T position with your palms facing up. And walk your heels a little closer to your bottom. So we want our feet lined up with our hips. So don't let your feet come out to the sides or too close together. They're perfectly lined up with your hips. Getting ready for a bridge flow now. Arms are out in a T position. We're going to press into our feet as we slowly lift our backs off the floor. And we'll just stay here for a couple breaths. And then slowly lower back down. Now this time when we come up into bridge pose, we're going to lift our arms at the same time. So press into your feet as you lift your spine off the floor. Lift your arms up into the air. Pause here. And then turn your palms so they're facing towards your feet. And as you exhale, see if you can get your arms down closer to the floor overhead. Lower your body down. Arms come down overhead. They don't need to touch the floor. Just find the place that feels like a good stretch for your shoulders and your chest. You'll notice your back wants to arch, and that's okay. And then on our next inhale, we're going to lift up again. Arms come up. Pause again. And then turn your palms so they face each other. And as you exhale, come back down with your arms in a T position. So we really slowed that down this time. Now we're going to move with our breath. So alternating your arm position. Inhaling as you come up, arms up. Exhale, arms down overhead as you lower your back down. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, arms out in the T position as you come back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down, arms overhead. Inhale up. Exhale down, back in the T position. Let's do that 3 more times. And just follow your breath. If you lose the sequence, don't worry. As long as you're moving. You're inhaling as you come up, and you're exhaling as you come down. So that was 1. We have 2 more. The next time your arms come out in a T position and your back is down on the floor, relax. Walk your feet out a little, flatten your back, and just relax. We're going to do one more pose here before we come up onto our hands and knees. And our last pose here is a butterfly pose. So bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall out to the sides. Your arms can be anywhere they're comfortable. You're going to feel a strong stretch here in your inner thighs. At the end of this class, assuming we have time, we're going to do this again. I'm going to demonstrate now what we're going to do at the end. You don't have to do it now, but you can if you want. It's called the psoas shake. And it stretches your psoas muscle. It releases tension in your psoas, and I'll explain that later. But the way we do it is we press our feet together and then slowly lift our tailbones off the floor. And once your body is off the floor, your body might start to shake. And that's okay. You want to let that shake happen naturally. See how I'm starting to shake a little? I'm releasing tension. So we'll do that again at the end. If you've come up off the floor, lower your back down, bring your knees together, roll to one side, and continue on up onto your hands and knees. A big transition here. Straighten our backs to our hands and knees. And then get yourself settled here with your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, your fingers spread wide. When you spread your fingers wide, you're using the four corners of your palm. You're not hurting your wrists. You're taking some pressure off of your wrists. And then we're going to start to move our hips side to side and just really exaggerate that stretch, moving your hips to each side, really push your hips out. The next time your hips come to the right side, pause there, push them out as far as you can, hips to the right, and then turn your head to the left. Then on your next inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale with your hips to the left, turn your head to the right. All right, let's come back to neutral. Come down onto your forearms, bringing your palms together. We're going to do a calf stretch from here. So stretch your right leg back, curling your toes and pressing towards your heel. So we already stretched our calves a little bit when we were on our backs. It's a little different sensation here. All right, now when we release this calf stretch, we're just going to lift the right leg up a couple inches off the floor. That's all. This is more of a strengthening position. Not really stretching that much here, but we are strengthening the right leg, left leg, and your core muscles in your back. Now go ahead and release and stretch your left leg back for a calf stretch. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Just lift your left leg up a few inches off the floor. You don't have to measure it. You'll know if you've gone too high if you start feeling it too much in your low back. So it's just a little lift. Your neck is in neutral. And now release your left knee down and press back into child's pose. You can leave your arms stretched out if you like, or cross your arms and let your head rest on your arm. So find your most favorite, most comfortable child's pose. Let's take a couple more breaths. And then we're going to come back to our hands and knees. So now we're going to start to work on our chest and our shoulders. So this is a little bit intense, so just move at your own pace. You don't have to go all the way up. You don't ever have to do 100%. Shift your weight over to your right hand. Lift your left arm out into the air, rotating it up into the air. So now you're going to feel a stretch here in your ribs, your chest, your shoulder. Keep your neck in neutral. And now we're going to stretch the opposite way. Take your left arm down, reach over to the right side and bring the palm of your hand to the floor and stay there. And now let's release. We're only going to do this one time on each side. So now we're going to do the right side. Shift your weight over to your left hand. Raise your right arm up. Find that place that feels really good, like a nice stretch for your right shoulder, your chest, ribs, your upper back. And then release. Bringing your right hand over to the left side, palm to the floor. Feel that nice stretch in your upper back. Your shoulder blades moving away from each other. Opening up your upper back. All right, let's come back to neutral, back to our hands and knees. Take a minute and move around, sort of loosen up. We just did some pretty deep stretching. And now we're going to work on our spines with cats and cows. So find your neutral position and then tuck your tailbone around your back. On your next inhale, start to lift your tailbone up. As you do, your belly will drop down, your back will start to arch. And then the last thing we do here is we squeeze our shoulder blades together as we lift our heads and push our chests forward. You don't want to lift your head so much that you put pressure on your neck. Your neck is always in neutral. You don't want to strain our necks. Very easy to do. So that's another way to be mindful is pay attention to your neck. Now let's do some cats and cows with our breath. So we'll inhale to neutral and exhale into cat pose. Inhale to neutral and exhale into cow pose. 4 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale as you make that transition. Exhale into each pose. Now 3 more times. Now after your next cow pose, bring your spine back to neutral and then press back again into child's pose. Once you get there, if you like, you can rotate your wrists, giving your wrists a little break. Now we are going to come back to our hands and knees just for a minute. We're going to make our way up into a downward facing dog next. We're moving into our work portion of our class. We just stretched everything, we warmed up. Now we're ready for a little bit of work. So starting on your hands and knees, stretch both legs back, pause in plank pose. This is another place you might start to shape. And then from plank, push your bottom up Push your chest toward your thighs and your heels towards the floor. Now we're going to come back to plank just for a brief moment, 1 or 2 breaths. Then drop your knees down, but keep your arms straight. Press your chest forward and arch your back. And now let's move back to child's pose. And now from here, we're going to stand up on our knees. Make another adjustment here. Don't want to cut my head off. So we're standing on our knees. So we're mostly focused on stretching today. We're doing a little bit of strengthening, but mostly we're going to be stretching today. So you're on your knees. Take the backs of your hands to your low back and press your pelvis forward. So it's a small movement, but you can feel the fronts of your legs lengthen and stretch out. And once your low back is comfortable, take your shoulders up by your ears and slide your shoulder blades down your back. So that's going to help you to lean back just a little bit more. This is camel pose. So you want to be really careful here. If you go back too far, you may find that it hurts your back. So find that place that feels good. And then when we come out of this, we start from the pelvis. Start to move your pelvis back in line with your spine. Continue down as if you're coming into child's pose, but this time reach your hands back towards your feet. Turn your top of your head so it faces the floor. And then release. Coming into a sitting position next. Sitting in a cross-legged position. And if this is uncomfortable, you can use a pillow or a block. You can sit your tailbone, your sitting bones up on the pillow or a block, and that helps to relieve some stress here in your hips. You can also stretch one leg out or both legs out. We're just going to do a few stretches here. 2 or 3. Starting with a simple side stretch. So bring your right hand down onto the mat next to your right leg. Lift your left arm up and lean to the right. So we're mostly doing our poses here one time, and we're just holding them a little longer than usual. So if you really like a pose, you really like a position, it feels really good to you, you can pause the video and do it 4 or 5 times if you like. Right now we're in a side stretch, stretching out the left side. And from here, we're going to move into a spinal twist on the left side. So inhale as you come up, and then exhale, turn all the way to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand to your left thigh, and you're twisting from the waist. One more breath. Slowly come back to neutral. And once you get there, roll your shoulders, move your ribs, loosen up. So I'm gonna stretch my legs out and show that we can do this with our legs stretched out too. So you can keep your legs crossed if you like, but you can do both of those poses with your legs stretched out in a V or straight ahead or one leg in. So you have a choice here for your legs. Next is the side stretch, and that's with the left hand down on the mat. Right arm coming up, leaning to the left. Lengthening your right side. One more breath. And now spinal twist. Inhale up to neutral and exhale as you turn to the right, bringing your right hand behind you, left hand to your right thigh, and you're twisting from the waist. Your head can be in neutral, or you can turn your head to the right. But again, pay attention to your neck. One more breath. And slowly come back to the front. Roll your shoulders again. Feel your ribs. Feel your waist. Feel your back. And then we're going to do a butterfly pose. So slide your feet in towards each other. Bottoms of your feet touch. No, you can't see my feet right now. Bottoms of your feet touch. Hands are on your ankles. You may notice your back wants to round. So we notice that. And then we work on lengthening the spine. So just push your pelvis forward, push your shoulder blades down your back, push your chest forward. And this is your butterfly pose right here. You can let your hands rest on your ankles or bring your forearms out to your knees. So we mostly pay attention to our posture here. We're going to feel some tension here in our inner thighs. This is not a natural position, and these muscles get really tight. But if you pay attention to your posture, pay attention to your spine, keep your spine long, that's going to support the pose. Takes pressure off of your low back. Let's take a couple more breaths. The longer we stay here, sometimes the easier it gets, and sometimes we tighten up more. So just notice which is happening to you. Every day it's different. Our bodies go through processes every day, and some days we're tight and some days we're loose. And most of the days we're in between. Now to come out of this, bring your hands underneath your knees, lift your knees up, and now let's straighten our legs out in front of us and flex our feet. I'm going to turn sideways. You can stay where you are. So flex your feet. And again, nice strong spine, belly pulled in. And then just simply hinge at the hips and come down towards your thighs. You don't have to go too far. Big stretch here. Do it all the way up your legs, all the way up your back. Chest is pushing forward. It's as if your chest is reaching out towards your feet. And now to come out of this safely and mindfully, we can walk our hands up our legs, relax our backs. And then we're going to lay back down onto our backs. Back where we started. With your knees bent, your feet on the floor. Arms out to the sides. And then we're going to do a combination of figure 4 and windshield wipers here. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Your arms are passive for this movement. So wherever your arms are comfortable, let them stay there. And then start to move your legs side to side and just go slowly. Kind of the theme today is slowly and mindfully. You're paying attention to what's happening in your body. Noticing where the edge is. Every time I think about the edge, I think about a canyon, like the Grand Canyon. If you've ever been there, you know, you don't want to go close to that edge. You want to stay in the safe zone and just admire what's all around you. And when we're in our yoga practice, we get too close to the edge, we're going to hurt ourselves. And again, that edge changes every day. Nice and slow, moving side to side. We'll just go one more time to each side. I feel like I've been talking the whole time, so you could have ignored me if you watch this video, if you do this video, and you know what we're doing, just ignore my voice. And we'll come back to neutral, uncross, reposition, and repeat. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, and then start to move your legs side to side. So I'll try to be quiet for this one. One more time to each side. And now let's come back to neutral. Uncross your left leg, reposition your back. And we'll bring our knees up towards our chest. Pull your knees in a little farther this time. And you could just stay there, giving yourself a hug. If you like, you can rock side to side. So we've done butterfly pose twice already. We're going to do it again. And if you want to skip this and you know other stretches you like to do here at the end, feel free to do that. But I'm going to demonstrate the psoas shake. So first we come into butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. Make sure your spine is in neutral. So you're not feeling any pinching or anything in your spine. You will feel tension here. We almost always do in butterfly pose. And maybe that's enough. Maybe you just want to stay there. Maybe you don't even like it. Maybe you don't even want to do it. That's all right. Again, mindfulness, awareness. Arms are passive. If you'd like to try the psoas shake, we're only going to do it for, I don't know, 10 or 12 breaths. Sometimes we do it for a whole minute, but we won't do that today. Press your feet in towards each other. Create tension in your inner thighs. And as you do, lift your tailbone off the floor. It doesn't have to come up too high, but you see I can bring my hands underneath. So just make sure you've got space underneath your tailbone. You may just be here. You may not shake at all. But all of a sudden your body might start to shake. I'm not making myself do this. Because that psoas muscle attaches to your lower 5 vertebrae, It's attached to all your 5 vertebrae in your lumbar spine, and it comes down your back, through your bottom, and back up into your inner thigh on both sides. And sometimes you'll shake a lot, and sometimes you won't shake at all. So it's a deep muscle that holds a lot of tension, that holds a lot of trauma, actually. And so right now we're releasing tension and trauma. You don't even have to name it. It just is what it is. Sometimes I do this just by itself. It feels so good. It really does help your low back. So stay there longer if you like. And then eventually, just let your body come down. So you have to use your brain. You have to send that signal. It's time to release. It's time to stop. And once you come down onto the floor, bring your knees together. And again, back up towards your chest. And I'll take a minute or two to do any other stretching and any other poses that you like. You could do another spinal twist. You could do some more windshield wipers. If you really like bridge pose, you could do another bridge. Do your legs up into the air, out in a V. I'm just calling off opportunities, so you choose. Happy baby pose. And then you'll know when it's time to rest. Just let it all go. Let go of the positions that you didn't like. And let go of the ones that you did like, because hanging on to stuff, that creates tension, that creates suffering. We enjoy what we enjoy, and we let go of everything. We don't try to hold on. We accept what is in each moment. And now it's time for me to be quiet. Be sure to give yourself at least 1 minute after your yoga practice to just relax, to not do anything but breathe. And so for now, you can stay right where you are. If you're in the middle of a stretch, keep stretching. I'm going to say namaste and stop the recording. And I hope you have a good day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.